Hey everybody, this is day 10 for us on our trip out west. This is the halfway point for our trip as it was originally planned. And it's about noon and we're at our campsite here just out at Eagle Creek Campground, just north of the north entrance of Yellowstone. And we actually just got back here after we finished the loop outside the park from the northeast entrance to the north entrance. We got a late start on that and it got dark on us. We got some supper on the way and we were going to be getting back here at about 11:30 at night. And Mariah told me as we were driving down 90, you know, like 9 o'clock at night or something, that she just really wasn't feeling good. She'd been struggling at night with the camper because of possibility of a lingering mold issue from getting some water damage in it last year, and she's been trying to control it with Zyrtec and wasn't sure if maybe it was just her allergic reaction to mold that was getting her down, or if she might be getting a cold or something, because she was just pretty congested and worn down and was not excited about coming back and sleeping in the camper again because she hasn't been sleeping that well in there. So we made the decision to stay at a Fairfield Marriott about 50 miles north of here, and that was nice. You know, it was a little pricey, but we were all able to get showers, we got a good night's sleep, watched some TV, ate some breakfast, you know, took advantage of everything that we could. Unfortunately, we didn't plan on sleeping away from the camper, so we didn't have, you know, clothes and a lot of the toiletries that we would have liked to have, but it was good. And though Mariah slept good last night, she's still feeling pretty run down this morning. Doesn't feel like doing a whole lot, and we're a little down, you know, just trying to figure out what to do for the rest of the trip. I hope it's something she can get over pretty soon and we can continue with the original plan, but I just don't know. You know, planning to be getting in and out of the car a lot, doing some walking and some mild hiking, and I just don't think she's feeling up to that. But everybody's asleep in the car right now. They fell asleep on the drive back in. What I'm going to try and do to help the situation is get in here and rip the floor out of the camper. It sounds like a big deal. It really shouldn't be. I put a floating vinyl, you know, snap lock floor in. And what I think happened is when we got water in the camper, when we had the leak, I think probably some water got underneath that and may have molded. So I'm expecting to see some mold damage, because I don't see mold anywhere else in the camper. I think it's pretty well clear of mold, so if there's anything there, I think it's underneath the floor. So I'm going to try and tear it out and clean it, and I bought some primer to try and prime the subfloor, and hopefully that'll help make it a little better for her. I was planning to do that at the beginning of the trip when we first realized it might have been a problem. But she was like, no, you know, I can tough it out. Zyrtec's working, and, you know, I guess night after night sort of accumulated, and it's just not working like it should. I wish I had done it when we first got started, but nonetheless, I'm going to try and do it today and try and do everything I can to resurrect this trip if we're only, you know, halfway through. But it seems like everybody's kind of running out of steam a little bit, and I'm hoping I can do something to get everybody feeling good and push through and enjoy the rest of this trip instead of either suffering through it or having to cut the trip down early and go home. Hopefully we don't have to do that, but we'll see. But we're going to start by clearing out this floor, see if that'll help. Hopefully just sort of taking it easy today, just driving around looking at some stuff. Mariah can relax and take some Dayquil, and if she does have a little bit of a cold, hopefully it'll help, and that she can still enjoy this, and we can get back to full power here shortly and have fun on the second half of the trip. But we're sort of at a pivotal moment, and then it could kind of go either way for the second half of the trip. So I'm really hopeful that we can make it work, because we put a lot of planning and thought and anticipation into this trip. So I'd love for it to go off well. So it's been pretty good so far. But that's where we're at for now. So I'm going to get in here, take this floor out, see what I can see, and we'll go from there. Hopefully this afternoon we can get into Yellowstone and do some looking around. All right, bye. Alright, so here's what I'm left with. It took about all of 5 minutes to take out the floor because it's not a big floor and then nothing was nailed down. And it's really not bad under here. I mean, it's kind of good news and bad news. I don't want to see anything that, you know, I built or worked on our own, just a nasty, moldy disaster. But at the same time, if I pulled it up and seen some pretty significant mold on the floor that was superficial and could be cleaned off, and be like, okay, that's the problem. That's why Mariah's having a hard time sleeping in here and breathing, and you know, I can fix it and be good to go. There's a little bit of darkness over there, which is one of the places we had some water pulled up, and a little bit here, and there was a little bit of moisture on the back side of the flooring. Here's the flooring, probably already dry, just sitting out here a minute. But a couple of these pieces, like right there, see there's a little bit of water on the back of them, but they don't look moldy on the back that I can see. Now it is a black back, so if there was mold on it, maybe you couldn't tell. And then this padding and thermal insulation was underneath it, and it looks good too. Again, a little bit damp to the touch in a couple places, but it just wasn't all that bad. So, but like I said, I don't know if I'm happy to see that or not, but nonetheless, I'm going to clean it up again one more time. And I bought this stuff. It's mold control. It says it eliminates and prevents mold and mildew and eliminates musty odors. So I'm going to clean it, sweep it up real good again, spray it, scrub it with that, and then I have some Kills primer that I'm going to put on 1 or 2 coats and leave the windows open, let it breathe a little bit, and we're just going to, you know, finish out the trip like this and see if that makes any difference for her. But all right, on to the next step. All right, well, we finally made it into the park just after 3. It's about 3:45 now. We've been driving since then inside the park, and we're trying to get to Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. Mariah's doing about the same that she was this morning, but she's hanging in there, and I got the camper floor, you know, cleaned up and repainted, and I feel really good about it. And so it took us a while, you know, to sort of do some damage control this morning, but we're finally in the park. We're gonna try and hit some of the main highlights we really wanted to see today, just in case we wind up needing to go home a little early. Hopefully we won't, but that way we will have gotten the biggest sights in. So we definitely want to see the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, see the upper and lower falls, and then if we have time today, we'll also try and get down and see the Grand prismatic pools, or whatever it's called. Those are the 2 biggest things that we haven't seen already. You know, a lot of the smaller little pull-offs, boardwalks. Hopefully we can do them too, but we'll just have to see. But it's beautiful today. It was like 50 something when we left our campsite. Temperatures dropped some now that we've climbed. It's down to about 43, but it's still sunny and really, really nice. So it's a great day to be out here looking around. So we got 3.5 hours before it gets dark, and hopefully we can have some fun. Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. Right there. Say hi, everybody. Look at that sky. It's pretty amazing. We're on our way back to our camper.
No, we're not. We're on our way back to eat something in Gardner.
Yeah, maybe
Because it's Joe's turn to cook. That's why.
Maybe that too. I don't know. It's really cold and windy. It's not that cold actually. I mean, it's like 37, but the wind is just like 250 miles an hour. And it's just really cold. But we saw the Grand Canyon. We saw the upper and lower. We didn't do any of the long hikes, of course, but we did all the rim views, which under the circumstances was about as good as we could get. We didn't have time to get down to the Grand Prismatic Spring. We just don't have time. We ran out of time today, but hopefully we can do that soon. But tomorrow we're getting up super early in the morning, and we're gonna try and head to Lewis Lake Campground on the southern side, and hope that we can get a spot there. I don't know if we can or not. It is going to be Saturday, so that's not helping us. But it's also cold, so I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to do our very, very best to get our earliest start yet and get down there early, and hope that we can get a spot. And then we got to ride on into Jackson, Wyoming, hopefully to pick up a new phone for me, because my phone crapped out. And so they're supposed to be shipping another one to the Verizon store down there. So hopefully we're gonna go and get that, and probably we'll be riding through Grand Teton on the way. So probably spend most of the day in the car. Well, hopefully you're picking up on this beautiful sunset. It's pretty amazing. But that's pretty much going to do it for us today.
I do see that sunset.
I think maybe Mariah's feeling just a touch better, or is at least coping with it a little better. So we'll see how tomorrow goes.